The Flint performance in June is going to be a playful reinterpretation of history. The show is going to involve 250 to 300 primary school children actually performing in the show, and for the next couple of months I shall be working in lots of different places with lots of different groups, making all of the props and the costumes necessary to put on this show.
Today we've been working with a group of youngsters who have been excluded from school, and they're here for varying periods of time. The other thing they have in common is that they're all working with Youth Justice Service in one format or another.
I didn't even know there was a cultural Olympiad until about 2 hours ago, when the horsey man told me about it. But it sounds quite interesting and fun.
The horses which we've been making today represent the Civil War. The one horse is the King's horse from the Civil War, and another horse is the parliamentarians. And there's a third horse, the Horseman of Death, and he represents the plague which affected the area.
When I heard about the Cultural Olympiad, I was really enthusiastic to give the young people here a wider experience, not only in a creative arts way, but also try to get them to socialise and involve with their community. And as much as the staff here, we can deliver like the technology and the maths and the English and the science. And I thought also to have somebody who was an artist to be creative so that they can actually build up and see something happen before their eyes would be an experience that I'd like my children to have, never mind anybody else's.
When Ben came in, he looked a bit boring and unusual. And then he sat down and tried to explain to us about this Olympiad with his book of weapons and knives and helmets. Told us we was making them, which I thought was even more weird. But then when we went in to make the horses, he gave us some sticks and some masking tape, and he explained everything quite well.
And if they can continue it and say, go to the actual Olympiad and say, look, I helped with this, that is an absolutely fantastic outcome. They know about the horses and the castles and the fact that they had to sort of all be centred around a castle in different locations. And to know that at some point that massive big hill at the end of the street was where people lived and fought and died, and you know, it's quite startling, I think, to them. They don't always appreciate that, and it's nice for it to be pointed out.
I enjoyed it because you had made something, you got something out of it at the end. You weren't just being pointlessly sticking things together. It was quite an achievement to see a horse's head when you all started off with sticks.